more to the core. I love talking about the core. I love getting deep.
It's Baby Wayne
Let's do it.
on More of the Core. Thank you for the clap, Carter. We got Astralace here.
Hey, what's up?
Please introduce yourselves.
So I'm Ashley.
I'm Zach.
Lauren.
And I'm Leela.
I feel like we should start with the mishap on what was going.
Dude, okay, so it was kind of like all going well, but not. Okay, so I gotta back up a little bit. We all decided to bring his 2004 Honda Odyssey as our tour van, and I kept telling him, I was like, it's not gonna work, I'm telling you, and he's like, no, reassured me and all that, but literally yesterday broke down. We brought it somewhere, they fixed it.
Yeah, it was really scary because we're driving 70 miles an hour, and we're not used to curvy up and down roads in Houston. We have the straight flat roads in Houston.
Right.
So we were just driving, and then it would go, it would slam on the brakes. And then we were like, what was that? That was kind of weird. And then it would do it again. And we actually made it to Nashville eventually, and then we had them, tell us, oh, it was the brakes, and then, it ended up not being the brakes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so we rode in a tow truck for 2 hours with the windows down, no AC,
With all the gear too,
Oh yeah,
I was in the van.
Yeah, it was a little sketchy too. He would get a bump, and I was saw the van jump, and I was like, uh-oh. But everything was fine.
You're I wonder how many dollars of equipment are being damaged right now.
For real.
They were literally
was
carrying
fine.
everything.
Yeah, and for Oh Hooray, because we're also in both, so I was like, ooh, oops.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of instruments. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. How many instruments do all of you know how to play total?
Leela, do you want to start this one?
I guess 4: violin, bass, guitar, harmonium. I don't know if that really counts.
yeah. I do mixed percussion, so a random xylophone, a drum, and then I play the drum set. So.
But what else do you play?
Oh, I play clarinet.
She was trying to
I
hide
heard
that
that
from
you
me.
were
Oh,
in
yeah.
band.
Yeah, I did the whole band world. Now we teach elementary music, but
Oh yeah, we're actually all teachers, all four
yeah,
of us.
all of us.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
All four of you are teachers. What age of people do you teach?
Well, actually, I think we're all elementary, so
Kinder
Okay.
through fourth grade.
She does fifth as well, but yeah, kinder.
Is that how you guys all met each other?
in school?
Okay.
We actually met at an open mic in Houston at a local bar called Axelrad. Astralace had already kind of started, and my friend and I were doing an open mic coincidentally on the same night, and they went right before us, and I met them.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then Zach,
Yeah.
you can say the origin story of us three.
So we all went to U of H together for music education.
Okay.
And
Yes, go
that's right,
Cougs.
go Cougs.
Hey, yeah.
Cool. But we had a really awesome teacher there named Dr. Kastner, and she did this project where you had to do a cover song with an instrument that wasn't your main instrument. Okay. And then you got to collaborate with your peers or whatever. And they did this cover of
We did Fun, Adele,
Yeah.
and Let It Go
It
from
was supposed to be a
Frozen.
mashup. It was a mashup thing.
It was a 3-song mashup, and we all were not allowed to play our primary instrument. It was really fun.
And then basically I had a crush on her majorly. But
The Let It Go cover, that was the icing on the cake.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, the
exactly.
icing.
Yeah. And so we were always dating people at different times sort of, so it wasn't lining up, but then our last year it did. And then we started playing music together just kind of for fun at the house, and then she started writing songs, and I was always the one that wrote songs, but I was too scared to perform them. And then right after she started writing songs, she just got out there to the open mic scene immediately, and that was really inspiring and cool of her. Yeah.
You were saying you're scared to do the songs. Now when you get on stage and shit, are you a nervous wreck or what?
In the beginning, yeah, I would be having a panic attack.
Okay.
Actually, straight up, I'd be like, "Cool, I'm just gonna have a heart attack and die right now."
This is all right.
It's all good. But no, now it's way more fun. I kind of just I realized that you actually have to move on stage. I didn't really
Okay.
know that because I
Yeah.
come from
Yeah.
that classical background where you just like stand still.
Yeah, we just sit
but
there. They're like,
moving
no
really
movement.
really helps me a lot, and like just kind of like getting the energy out or whatever. But then I'll continue with our Astralace origin story. So we were playing
Okay.
music together, and then we had a party, and we were having a lot of fun, and we were like, hey, why don't we just go in the music room and jam or whatever? And we've known her forever, okay? And we were like, she's like, oh, well, why don't we do Beverly Hills? I could probably play it on the drums. And we're like, what? You can play it on the drums? And then she just like kills it. She just starts, so she's like, do 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 do. And we're like, Lauren, what? Where did this come from?
I had alcohol to help me.
We just kind of joked after
One
that,
shot
like
and
we
you
should start a
suddenly know how to
band.
play the
Yeah.
And we actually did start a band, and then we met Leela at the open mic, and then kind of like all
The stars
solidified.
aligned.
But yeah,
Okay.
short story long.
Where did you said the stars aligned? Where does Astralace come from? Like, what is that?
Oh yeah, so originally it was him and I, and we were Lovelace. But then our very first song that we released, Apple Tree, like I did that all myself in Ableton and mixed it and everything. I was like so excited. I was like, yes, it's gonna be awesome. And then I went to like put it on DistroKid, and it was like 50 Lovelaces. I was like, this is not gonna work. Like, no one's gonna find us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I changed it because he's Spacey Lacey. He has his own band as well, Spacey Lacey and the Satellites. And so it was like Spacey.
Also a great
and
name.
I was thinking, yeah, like Astral, and so we kind of like meshed
Are you guys
it.
into astrology?
I was just about to ask. that.
I'm
You're about to
okay.
ask
I'm
that.
astrology adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
we
dabble.
You dabble. What's your sun, moon, and ascendant sign? Do you know?
That's an answer. She would know
Okay,
that.
our
She's our
little-
manager, basically.
Taurus.
Ashley, Taurus,
Taurus
sun.
gang.
Taurus sun, I am.
Cancer,
Cancer moon, who?
Cancer, sun, Gemini, moon.
Scorpio sun, Aries moon.
Okay.
I'm an Aries
Do you
moon
know
too.
Zach?
I'm gonna unite.
You're Aries moon.
Zach is a Leo.
He's Leo.
I think I'm a Leo sun, and then I think I am Aquarius moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's our friend, and
Or
she
no,
like
I'm,
does all our charts.
Sagittarius moon. That's what it is. I'm
Uh,
Sagittarius. No, I'm
I
Sagittarius.
thought you guys were
rising.
fucking with me. at
Aquarius
first.
moon.
I don't know what any of
Sagittarius
this
Like I
rising.
thought you guys
Considering a
knew,
lot
and
of
you were just like, yeah, we're not going to
No.
talk about that.
We just made it all up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're like coming up with names that aren't even on the zodiac.
Yeah.
You're like,
That's how it started.
I'm a
Yeah.
Capri sun, and
You're a Capri sun.
yeah.
Sagittarius. That's a really good one. So is she your manager or friend?
I
'Cause
mean, kind of both.
Kind of
Yeah.
both.
She's
Yeah.
unpaid manager.
unpaid manager.
We joke that she's
We
our
pair with
manager.
friendship.
Unofficial manager.
unofficial.
Yeah, we drug her on tour, and she literally was like #1 fan back when Ashley was doing open mics by herself.
Yeah,
she
like every
came
single
to
time.
every single one. So we're like, you're coming on tour.
What's the music scene like in Houston?
It's Leela. What? No. Okay. We just did a little talk about this. Like, so the music scene in Houston's like cool in some ways. I definitely think there's room to grow in like the supporting of artists, in that realm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, there.
It's going to be chopped and
pieces
screwed
of it.
forever, man. It's got to.
Yeah.
Like always,
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, like the music scene is just like so diverse, and that's what I love about it. I just wish there were more venues to like showcase it.
Okay. Hell yeah. I feel that.
What I'm seeing really pop up in Houston, which is really cool, is that there's a lot of communities of music makers that are kind of growing into one another now. It started off pretty small, but like in the last 5 years, it has grown quite a lot. But I think what we're missing is we have smaller bands, and we have a couple of like mid-tier bands, and then we have like a couple of bands that have like gone national and all of that. But the mid-tier is like, that's where there's like room to grow, because there's not a lot of venues that have that mid-size. There's only like 3 or 4 places in town that are like actual mid-size venues between the big places and the small places. So it's just, we're figuring it out over there. Yeah, someone is, not us, she said.
Do you do anything actively to like game plan? You're like, okay, we're not at maybe this huge, massive venue yet. What are your thoughts on that? How are you, Astralace, going to to bridge that gap?
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's mostly just like, I guess we have to do the social media thing, and I'm not a big computer person, or like I like computers, but like social media to me is like like so much.
I understand.
Yeah. So trying to like put ourselves out there, and other than that, really like it's been for at least like the beginning. It was like, hey friends, like it was all friends, family, like coming out and like showing support, and then I think like at the smaller venues, like people be like, oh, like we're not doing anything, and I mean, yeah, it's I don't know if that answers your question. Sorry.
Social media.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah, and also
growing
just like
supporters.
saying, I think for a while we were just like saying yes to literally anyone who would have us.
any gig. You're like
They're like, we're gonna be in
45
someone's
minutes away.
basement. We're like,
yeah.
yes, we'll be there.
I know. Yeah, it was yes to everything for a second. Now we're kind of like maybe for a lot.
Why do you start saying maybe or no strategically?
3 shows in a week is a lot.
3 shows
Yeah.
a week. Wow.
Go for it.
Okay.
So, like, I think what we're finding is that not all shows actually will benefit you in terms of growth, because, like, if we're just playing at like a restaurant to like 40, 50 something people like getting brunch, like they don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it's especially difficult because we, 3 of us are in 2 bands, I'm in 3, and we all have full-time jobs. So we have to, in order not to go crazy and get burned out on this stuff, because it's really fun, but when you're not getting sleep and you're kind of just failing at everything at once, it's not fun. And so you have to pick and choose where you're going to put that time, because it's like, it's loading up. It's getting to the venue, it's taking everything out, it's talking to the sound person, getting everything going, and then playing until like 12 or 1 a.m. and then going home. And if you do all of that work just so that like and it's nice, it's cool when like anybody comes up, but just for like one guy to be like, wow, I like that sound. That's a new sound
That's
y'all
real
got.
great.
Yeah.
You should sing some Dolly Parton though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You love the feedback of like, what, you should be more like Janis Joplin. I'm like, well, okay, I'll do my best, but whatever. Yeah.
What are your musical influences?
Oh, gosh, I would say definitely. A big one is Lucius. I don't know if y'all know Lucius. They're like a New York based. I just like made her listen because I was like, you need to know them. Lucius is amazing. Another would be maybe Maggie Rogers. Like I love her. Oh, she's amazing. God.
You were just talking about someone we were listening to today.
Sylvan So.
Oh, Sylvan So too. Yeah, definitely a lot. Like with the synth and stuff, I just can't actually do what they do because they're amazing, but they like give me good inspiration. Yeah, so
I want to bring it back to the school thing about you guys being teachers. Just dealing with kids. What's going on? What's going on?
big old
You
cockroach.
say something.
He just
Say something. What is going on? What?
There was a cockroach.
No, he wanted to give you the answer.
He went away.
Oh, it flew? All right.
No. He crawled
I
back
was like,
down.
wow, they're
That's
really
fucked up. Y'all weren't saying anything.
So
Y'all weren't
sorry.
saying anything. Y'all were just like, oh my God.
Sorry.
I'm alive. Thank God I'm alive.
I know.
Anyways,
Yeah.
the teacher thing, dealing with kids.
Yeah.
I want to know about any obstacles you guys had to overcome or learn dealing with kids.
Gosh.
How long you have?
You go
No.
first. You go first.
Okay. Well,
Short and sweet.
my first year of teaching was last year, so like virtual during COVID and all of that. It's been pretty wild, but it can only go up from here, right? So the kids are why you do it. Like they're the coolest thing ever, and it's cool to watch them be excited about
Yeah.
things in the world. So.
And I know for me, I specifically wanted to be a music teacher because
Okay.
I personally did not have a great time in music at my elementary school. And so I was like, oh, well, I want to be the teacher that they get excited about music with. But the hardest thing with kids, especially nowadays, is they are so glued to screens. And I mean, most of my students are on TikTok too. And so like
Yeah.
entertaining them is a lot harder. And they're so exposed to these things that I definitely wasn't exposed to when I was a kid. So just keeping up with the times with them is
The fucking
a
internet.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like the challenge is like definitely I would say like the feeling of like I don't know how to help this kid like because I think actually all of us are at Title I schools which are like low funded or low income areas. Yeah, and a lot of that comes with they need extra love, they need extra items, there's things that we cannot provide, which is hard because like we're one person in a room full of 30 kids and, to not be able to reach one of them, this is why we do it and we love them.
Yeah. Any tips on building that connection with them?
Oh, no, I mean, I connect with them. It's just like if I need...
Any tips?
Oh,
yeah,
any
any
tips.
tips?
Just
Any
show
tips on
them
building
love.
that?
I
Yeah.
mean, I try my best to learn every kid's name, and I take
Yeah.
pride. I have like 700 students, and I know all their names. And I've had
Amazing.
parents come up to me, and they're like, just the fact that you say good morning to my kid every day means something to them.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it definitely does.
Do you have any name learning tips? Because Carter's been trying to give me some tips, but I'm just bad. I get distracted talking to people.
I'm awful with adult names. Like I meet an adult and it's
Okay.
gone. So I have a seating charts and I just
you have a
practice.
cheat sheet.
I cheat sheet, but I just literally try to call them by their name as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I guess I do it enough times that it finally sticks.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if I was actually surprised at how little difficulties there were with the kids because they're so well. No, they can be difficult, of course, but it's like it's so cool to see a kid when they're just really needing connection in their lives because like. She said we all teach Title I schools, so there's just a lot of trauma like from multiple sources, and it's just really cool when you can. It doesn't even have to like because we three right here we teach music, and it doesn't need to be about music. It doesn't need to be about the content area. It can just be that connection moment where you can help one human being learn a little easier to connect with another human being, and music does really help with that, and that's just such a cool feeling. But the most difficult thing for me as a teacher, and it still is just following through with consequences because I'm a super chill, non-confrontational kind of person, and but what I have learned though is that it is good to have like expectations and like follow through with those because it gives them structure and it gives them routine and it gives them like that's like a safe place too. I didn't know that. Like I thought, if I'm like being mean or like giving a punishment, like that's so lame. But the truth of it is, it's like no, it's actually just
They
showing
respect
them the way
you for it.
the world actually works. Like this happens, well this happens now.
Yeah.
Like no hard feelings, but that's the way it is.
Absolutely. I thought you were grabbing the mic because you had
Yeah.
something to say.
Yeah.
Like, give me that mic.
I feel like this is the default position.
So,
Grab it.
Goeke, do you have a question locked and loaded?
Oh gosh, you guys just released a project, right?
Oh yeah, we just did our EP. That was a project of love.
Project of Love.
Yeah. That was another. Oh my god.
Love,
that
blood,
was
and tears.
Seriously, like I really thought for some reason I was like I'm gonna just like self-produce this one too because like I did the last one. It was it was like a couple months went by and I was like, dang, like I cannot get this to sound how I wanted. And I would like make progress and I'm like, okay, let me like come back to it, and then it would make it like worse. And I was just like, I need to stop. I was like, let me let someone else do it. So actually, Jamie, who's in Oh Hooray, ended up mixing it, and then we got someone to master it. His name's Sam Moses, and I'm really happy with it turning out like how it did, and I'm glad that I didn't have to do it all by myself because it was a lot.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle when you hear something over and over again, and you're like, "Gosh, I just like can't hear this with fresh ears." And
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
of what the song's supposed to be. And there's I feel like a lot of themes of like working hard and that kind of stuff. Where is that inspiration from?
Yeah, I guess being a teacher.
Being a teacher.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like
Is that
working.
a lesson you want to impart on your students?
Oh
Is
my
that one?
God, a lesson on my students. I would say like,
For
working
yourself?
hard is hard, but working hard is important. And like, as much as it may feel
Yeah, get on in
monotonous
here.
and like stressful, it is if it matters and if it's important, the work is worth it. Yeah, I don't know.
Feel free to sit on the couch, Jamie.
Yeah.
No, that seat's for you. That seat's for you, of course.
We're now doing a merger.
Yeah, we're merging.
We're now doing a merger.
We
Look.
can do some Oh Hooray questions.
Do the drummers want to come sit here?
Yeah.
Crisscross applesauce.
Let's pile in.
Scoot.
Let's pile
I
in.
can
It's
scoot.
more to the core. It's that thing. It's the no. Keep it going. It's the
Keep it going.
Well, just when it hits 30 minutes, do the restart. Cause I'm gonna continue this transition. We got Astralace.
Yeah.
And we got Oh Hooray.
We're just like a big family
It's
on
a-
this
yeah.
couch right now.
Big hangout.
Oh, yeah.
It's a special event.
Oh, hooray, Astralace.
Do we have any ending notes for Astralace? I feel like we need to do a transition, even though it's kind of like this.
I know. Like a
Transition.
Like a big.
Transition.
Do you have a question for them?
Well, we're in
Ooh.
the.
Damn it.
Well,
Wait, Leela
Damn it.
can.
She's
Maybe
not-
like a
she's
question
not-
for
not at
Jamie or
Hooray.
something.
I know.
Alright, we got one more, and then there's Oh Hooray. So stick around.
And by the way, we're Astralace.
Oh yeah.
We're from Houston.
Oh, they're from Houston. Baby!
You can find us on Instagram, on Spotify.
Hey, Georgia's cool, but Texas has my heart. Sitting alone in my thoughts, having this turn to gone. Memories made in the concrete, with six names were drawn. Oh, I can feel the pull, I can feel the pull. Fields of cars in the city make me feel lost sometimes. But your love keeps me to the ground, rains inside my mind. Oh, I can feel the pull, I can feel the pull.
Yeah, because I actually don't know the answer to this. How did Oh Hooray start?
Okay.
Jamie?
I'll take it. Do you want the gold one? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to get the gold one.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so Oh Hooray started, I guess, really with the writing of this record, and I was bored out of my mind. I just moved to Houston, and I went to an open mic night at a place called Avant Garden. And I'd never been there. I literally typed in open mic night on Facebook, and it popped up with the guy who runs it, JP Zay. And I was like, "Are you guys doing an open mic night?" And he was like, "Yeah, come on." I went up to that night and bombed, and then went to 2 more of them after that at different spots. So I started coming to these open mic nights pretty regularly, and I saw Astralace, but at the time it was Lovelace, and it was just the 2 of them, and I was furious because they were so good. I was like, damn it! Like they started. It was a night that I couldn't get on the bill. I tried to sign up, and it was totally booked because it was Jay's birthday, and they were first. And I was like, oh, it's all right, it's all right. It's like we'll just chill and watch. So Sarah and I are watching, and then Zach gets up there, and this is Zach right here. And he starts, if you've ever seen his like looping stuff, it's really cool and trippy. And he starts like breathing into the microphone, and he's like looping it, and it's like very ambient, and everyone in the crowd's like the whole time. And it was such a vibe. And then Astralace or Lovelace at the time came up, and they did their set, and everyone was just like plugged in. And I was like, damn it, dude, I really want to get up there and play tonight. And I started telling Alan about it because I work with him. This is a really long story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, keep it going.
I work with him, or did, and I was like, these people, they're good, dude. They're my enemies. These people are like, they have like a whole vibe, and they're elementary teachers, and they're cool as fuck. And sorry,
that was a point of contention. That
Yeah,
they
I
were
was like,
elementary
they're cool as fuck.
teachers.
Those elementary teachers.
And of course, I was like, I messaged them on Instagram, and I was like, hey, I would love to like help out with what you guys do, because I thought what they did was really rad. And they didn't get back to me, and they didn't see it.
And I have a response to that. And when you're in, yeah.
Well, no, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, because like I only knew he had messaged us because Sarah had like come up to us at an open mic. She's like, hey, by the way, Jamie sent you guys a message, and he's really upset that you didn't respond.
No.
So yeah, and so I was like,
And it's because she never checks Instagram. She does now,
well,
but she
I
didn't.
do now. That taught me a lesson. I was like, oh, I should be checking this. so yeah,
Sarah's like my mom, and then she was like, hey, I talked to them. I was like, no, why did you do that? That's more embarrassing. They didn't respond.
Just for a little context, Sarah is not actually his mom. Sarah is his girlfriend.
And so from there, we hung out, and I played them some music, and they played me some music. And I think it was then that I had told them I was thinking of starting a project for the NPR Tiny Desk contest. And I think it was at that time we hung out. And we started practicing. We got Adam in, who's driving a car right now. And then we got Lauren in. And we still had
I was told it was for one video, too.
Yes.
I never signed up to be in a band originally. They're like, hey, we're doing a video. If you'll just play some percussion for us. And the next thing I know, they're like, we're a band. I'm like, okay.
And now we're on
So
tour
now
with
we're
a broken.
practicing once a week, and now you're committed.
Yeah, now I'm
You've
in
actually
2
signed a
bands. Like, how'd
record
that
deal.
happen?
And we had some missing components. And so I came to Alan, and I was like really nervous about it because I thought he would make fun of me for what like the music I made, because I didn't really show it to many people, especially not people at work. And I showed it to him, and he had all these ideas on what to do. And so he came to practice, and that's, I think, when I realized that he had gone to school with those 3. And
We also went to college with
he
Alan.
already
yeah.
knew them. He was like, wait,
Goeke?
that's Lovelace? And I was like, yes. I was like, dude, I know these people. And from there, we made the video, and that was kind of the beginning. Yeah.
I seen it said like the top of the week or something with the Tiny Desk thing.
Yeah,
What
we
was the deal with
got,
that?
so we only knew that song, And then that week, or maybe the week after, we got an email that we were being featured on their website for the video.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? Like, it was like the biggest, I guess, badge of, like, I guess, encouragement that it was good. You know what I mean?
And someone actually listened to it. Like,
yeah.
You
people-
submit things, and it's like, does anyone listen?
Yeah, they like wrote about it, and it was just really, it was really cool, and there was some affirmation there, and so I sent them all a text, and I was like, do you guys like want to be a band? Like, I don't want to put it in the group, because if you don't, like, that's okay, and they all wanted to be in the band, and we just kind of kept learning song by song, and now we're here.
How often do you guys practice?
Once a week. Usually once a week. Now that
Okay.
we know all the songs, sometimes we take some weeks off, especially if there was just a show. Like, we'll take some time off. But now they're pretty easy to dust off.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What made
hell
you
yeah.
guys know that you wanted to be in the band and not just have it be a video?
I don't know. I guess it was just like we had already like committed, and it just honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember you asking. I don't remember. It just kind of happened, and it was like he was like, yeah, let's like do these open mics, and like we definitely outgrew those like immediately, like because I don't know if y'all saw our set. There's like a ton of stuff. So yeah. So after that, like we were trying the open mic thing, and we were like, maybe we should be doing like gigs. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't remember. I just like
was
swooped
natural.
in.
It was in the stars.
It was in the stars. Oh yeah, Zodiac stuff. Oh yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah. So Jamie came over to our house, and he was mentioning this before, and honestly, I was so scared when he sat down to that piano to play a song, because sometimes it's like we didn't know this person, and he's like in our house, and it's like, oh god, is this gonna be like terrible and awkward?
It's like I'm about to serenade you right now.
Yeah, and it's just like, you get that kind of like like that clenching like feeling, like, oh man, was this gonna be like weird? And it just instantly, like, because he sang Dylan and Prine, which was the last song we did tonight, and it was like instantly mesmerizing, just like his voice and the lyrics to me reminded me of all these bands that I had not listened to in a very long time, like bands I listened to like early in high school, like the Weaker Thans and Mountain Goats and Death Cab for Cutie and stuff, but it was new and it was different, and it was like, whoa. And like instantly I was like, I want in on this, man. It was like before we even did the Torment stuff, but I was like, this is awesome. And especially to take like my expectations of like, oh gosh, this is gonna be weird, and then just instantly turn them around like that. I was like, this is actually really good stuff. But yeah, that was my moment.
Awesome. What does that represent to you? Why is that on your guitar?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I don't know if we brought the painting up tonight.
I did see the painted, the blue
was the
one.
painting? We got it up there. Oh, they're the best. They always, they're the best. So I think for me, I spent a long time like not releasing my music to its like, I don't want to say full capacity, but like certainly uncensored. And because I was a teacher, and I just quit teaching this past year, and with this
it's
record,
a trend.
yeah,
Like we
Really,
just said
all
that
of
we
you
were all
guys.
teachers. I think y'all are, except for you, yeah? You too?
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're all actually teachers.
it's all educators.
Hell yeah.
And I had censored for so long because I was afraid that it would be weird for my students to see that. And I've always struggled with anxiety and depression, but it was weird because I would try to subdue it or hide it, or maybe, but I was always like trying to release the music in ways that made sense. And it was getting harder to do it, and it felt really just suppressed. And so whenever we did Oh Hooray, and I kind of got the idea that I was going to leave teaching and was going to pursue this, I wanted it to, part of it just to be like, yeah, like I'm sad, and like that's okay. Like it is okay. I don't need to be ashamed of it or hide it. And so we just kind of write it on a lot of stuff. Actually, we just gave Lauren her sad painting. We give everyone a sad painting for their birthday.
Okay. All right.
And just a little trinket. And we have a song called Sad we didn't do tonight, but it's pretty epic.
It is so epic.
So epic. I have to know, what does it mean to you to feel like a moth?
Oh, God, you guys are asking amazing questions.
It's all Goeke. Good shit, Goeke.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, I have a very direct answer. When I started writing about the album, I wrote a poem called "For When You Feel Like a Moth in a Butterfly World," and the idea was feeling like everything around you is special except for you, and that you were losing your color, and you have color, but you don't show it. And then as I was writing the record, other formations started to kind of happen. I think the biggest one is in Sad, and it's feeling like, in terms of love, or in this I talk about God as well, chasing those things in almost an unhealthy way. For me, especially with love, chasing it in ways that don't really make any sense or are not very productive. And much like a moth would beat its head against a light. And it's nothing wrong with the concept of love or the concept of God. You know what I mean? Like, I am in love, but I had to learn how to approach it better and to not make it obsessive or abusive to myself. And it reflects so much on me. And that kind of comes out at the end of the album, because I wanted this to have a happy ending and not a, and so the record ends with Torment the Butterfly, which is like a celebration of like self-love and learning how to appreciate yourself, and which is a much more healthy way to approach it. Yeah.
What do you think made you realize that you needed to make a change?
I think, the color aspect, like, I know that I have these parts of my personality that I'm intentionally not unlocking because I'm scared that it might rub someone the wrong way or make them, mad at me or make them feel any sort of way. And you end up, and most of the time people don't give a fuck. You tell them that and they're like, what? Like, I don't care. But for me, I was not releasing my music, and I was not going to open mic nights, and I wasn't inviting my coworkers because I was like, oh, they're gonna see, like, what if I am bad? And I guess now it's just kind of like, fuck it, to be honest.
You're gonna let your color out?
For better or for worse.
For better, for worse.
Unapologetically.
I definitely, not to interject too much of my personal self. I'm like 20, so I'm like learning about life and stuff. But I really, resonate with that of being like, okay, I'm sad, I'm whatever. I'm going to, not care about how I hurt other people with the way that I feel, or like make people feel like in a certain way.
You can express, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you can find ways to make sure that you're not doing it in an unhealthy way. You can do it unhealthily towards other people, right?
Definitely.
But my problem was I was doing it unhealthily towards myself.
Do you feel like songwriting was kind of an outlet to get you to, dig into those emotions that you might have?
It helps me. I feel like I tell on myself when I write songs.
Right, yeah.
One time I was in a relationship and I released a record for their birthday, and they were so mad at me because they read the lyrics and they were like, "Are you breaking up with me?"
Did they get a sad painting too?
No, I love you. And I feel like I tell on myself, like, I write a lot of these lyrics before I really know what I'm trying to say. And then I'll read it and go like, oh, dude, okay, I get it. Like, there's this problem going on, or this problem.
I'm the same way. Yeah. I don't want to get too much into, I feel like I want to share my personal experience of like writing songs, but I don't want to. But now I'm thinking about that. So baby, when can you interject? Because now I'm thinking about, I'm going to relate in an interview that's not about me.
I'll interject for you, but I'm going to build up on what you're saying. Are there any lyrics that you write that are very vulnerable to the point where you don't want to show it to people because they're so vulnerable?
Yeah, most of them.
Most of it, yeah.
And because I'd heard there's two songwriters I love. I love Father John Misty, and I love Jeff Tweedy from Wilco. And those two, I forget which one said it, but they were like, if I don't feel humiliated, I'm not really interested in the lyric.
Okay, hell yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because I write music as well, and some shit that gets vulnerable, I'm like, God damn, they're listening to this right now. Like,
but it's like your superpower.
Yeah,
when,
really, yeah.
When you say stuff, and there's a lot of stuff in the Astralace set that for me, I only think of them as like moments where I go, huh. And, because I'm reflecting on myself, and I'm like, damn, dude, yeah, that's true. And I think I'm all grown up, but I don't know what I want to be.
Yeah,
Just
you've
comes out of
mentioned that
nowhere.
one, yeah.
It comes out of nowhere. You're like lulled into a groove, and it's like, okay, dude, like, don't look right at me. But if I had to pick a lyric that's like that, it would be from Sad, and I'm probably gonna blank. I'm gonna try my best. There's a whole middle section, and it's talking about just feeling like you're going in circles and it's not going anywhere. It says, where will I go when I feel like, what is it? When I feel like, who will hold my hand? When I realize that I'm indebted to a system that makes me feel like my existence is borrowed time in a hotel lobby or loitering in on private property. I know it's not much, but I swear that I'm trying to feed my mouth and build my family and earn my keep and earn my living, just enough to slowly drown them, just enough to slowly starve them, just enough to keep them bashing their heads on lights they thought could save them. And pray to God, but I think God left them. God never left a roadmap for me. God never left a roadmap for me. And then it gives, well, Alan, you love this line. Nobody told me I'd be so fucking sad. But I am.
But I am.
Were you a poet first or a musician first?
I was bad at both.
Bad at both.
To start. Yeah, I think they both kind of emerged around the same time. I remember writing a really shitty rock opera when I was like 11.
What
You know
inspired
what I mean?
the rock opera?
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Pink Floyd.
And I was like, it's bad when you're 11 and you read it the next day and you're like, oh, that's cringe. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, we got to throw that away. And then this kid, Trey Metz, is such a fucking bully. I'm sorry. Maybe don't put Trey Metz in there. But no, he called them my raps. And I was like, it's a rock opera. And
I don't know.
they were so
that
cringy,
seems like
dude.
He just was confused. Like, I don't know. I don't think he was trying to bully you.
But yes, I think it was a little bit both. I was real shitty at both, and eventually figured out kind of my voice.
Okay, hell yeah. Well, I got the wrap-up signal, guys, but I want to do one thing. I want us to all say one last thing that we're looking forward to, or something that we just accomplished, or something that we're looking forward to.
Just in general?
In general.
I am looking so forward to playing at the Howlin' Wolf in New Orleans, Louisiana this Sunday. Very cool.
I'm looking forward to maybe getting more of our music out because we do have music that is not released, so that would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this van fixed. Honestly, but yeah, I'm happy that we have accomplished officially our first tour. That's cool. For better or worse.
I'm really looking forward to taking a shower. And also putting some of my own music out there too.
Okay, hell yeah. Goeke, we're gonna partake in this as well. Santi, I want we're gonna keep going, but Santi, I want you to do this as well.
Santi,
Guest
come on,
feature
come
in
on.
this thing. Did you hear the question, Santi?
So what'd you say?
Come right here, so you're in the shot.
Come right here.
Come on it.
Oh, that
Did you-
was
did
an
you- did you hear the
amazing
question?
Beautiful. Yes, I do have a question.
Well, wait, no.
Oh,
All
did you
right,
hear
all
the
right.
question?
Did you hear
Oh, no,
Did
what
you
you
hear
asked
it?
me?
All right, first of all, we will say that you guys fucking killed it
Oh,
out
Yes.
there.
thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank
Fucking
you.
killed it.
Indeed.
It was amazing. Dream
Yeah.
come true. Been wanting to play Masquerade for a long time. Yeah.
Hell
It was-
yeah!
It was a
So for
moment.
this to be the
Surreal
first
as
one,
fuck.
hell yeah, it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank you.
So what we're doing right now is we're saying something that we're looking forward to, something that's interesting us right now, or something that we recently just accomplished that we. But you can't say the show
The
that you
amazing
just
show that
killed.
you
You can't
just
say that.
did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. To the people.
Santi, I can hold your PBR
We-
if you want me to.
Yeah, thank you. We really want to, or we're excited about the music we're putting out because we only have one right now, and we just have them all in the works, and that's what I'm looking forward to, dropping more songs. Yeah. Yeah.
Pinto Sunshine.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Killed
ma'am.
it.
And I do have one
It's nuts.
question, if you don't mind.
Let's go.
So Apple Tree was my favorite song, and I just want to know where did the seed come from? Just a little something, because I loved
that
it
is
so
a
much.
funny- Okay,
Is it-
dude, Apple Tree is like basically about him for sure, and like the apple represents like dangers, like so. I guess I don't know. I've not really ever talked about the meanings
No,
of my
yeah,
songs,
yeah.
but
I feel
yeah.
that.
So like
He was a
growing-
little dangerous.
yeah, no. Well, I had, yeah. Well, I had like a traumatic like childhood in some ways, and then he came around and like just kind of
Oh.
like helped me out. You know,
Dude, yeah,
We're
it's a
good,
beautiful song. When I first heard it, I heard it a couple days ago. I was just like in the bed, like like I felt it. It was great.
Oh, what?
I really loved
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Dude, thank you. I'm glad
course.
you liked it.
Of course. Yeah.
Dude, I love your shirt.
Thank
says
you.
love yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like this
Urban
whole
Outfitters.
last segment is
Yeah. Love yourself, man.
love
Yeah, it's
yourself.
amazing.
You're good,
Oh,
my
yeah.
man.
Thank you. PBR, the best beer
You
ever.
are the best beer.
Yes.
Psych.
Sponsored by PBR.
Yeah, exactly. Baby Win, what are you
No, we
looking
ready-
for?
we ready
You already
to
said your
keep
thing.
going.
All right.
Hey, thanks for the question.
What's
anyway.
going on? Are we?
Of
we-
course.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
still going. Me and Goeke gonna do it too.
Can't skip him.
Yeah, Carter.
He's important. He's got the nice mic.
Hell yeah, Santi. I'm looking forward to continuing to play a part in building communities, getting together with beautiful people like you guys, like Santi, like everyone I've been working with. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing this thing grow.
Oh, yeah.
On to you, Goeke.
I have a show on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited for it. I
Where
know
is
this won't be
it?
out before then, but so I'm gonna spill the beans on what is going on. So it's the big ass block party at the Masquerade, which I'm super hyped about. A lot of cool bands. I'm so excited because our theme, we don't normally do themes, but we're dressing up as dads, and I'm so excited, and I'm gonna be rocking out
With
So-
dad jokes, right?
with so many dad jokes. We've got I literally bought like a $25 grill from Walmart that we're gonna put on stage. And then we're gonna get koozies and put our water bottles in those because I'm 20 and I can't drink.
I wish we were in
but
town.
yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. Go ahead.
Please say your name as well.
I'm David Curtis. Play drums. I'm just excited to be behind the drum kit again. I played a lot of drums in high school in the Nashville DIY scene, and then I went to school to pursue classical percussion. And it's just been a long time since I've gotten to be involved in the local music scene like this again. And I love hitting the drums, and so yeah, happy to be playing music with these guys.
And he's good at it.
Thanks.
It's funny, he added in, I mean, how many weeks ago was this?
4. It's been 4 weeks.
It was 4 weeks, but was coming in and out because he was moving to Houston. So he's very much a new addition, but the set has felt so at home and second nature. And Alan, we were making do drum set, but he's like a piano aficionado, and now Alan gets to do piano. So
And
it's just like-
accordion.
and accordion now.
Saw
He
that.
looks
I
like
was,
little
turned away
Ratatouille.
for 2 seconds and there was a whole new instrument out
Yeah.
that everyone had. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
you
so
know
it's been so nice. Like everyone, these two especially have really stepped up to the plate because they're in new roles and they learned this whole freaking set. We have a 45-minute set ready to go of originals, and it's like they killed it.
Hell yeah. What are you looking forward to?
I'm honestly looking forward to. I'm actually a little sad that it's going to be the last one in a while, but we have another show in New Orleans, so I'm excited to be able to do it.
Where is it?
It's at the Carnival Lounge. Thank you.
Monday.
On Monday, the 27th. I'm excited we get to do it again because after we finish this tour, then everyone's we're gonna take a little bit of a break.
Gonna heal emotionally.
yeah. And so it's a little sad.
And financially too.
You're like,
Yeah.
what about me, guys? My van just broke.
So excited for that one.
I am looking forward to being back in Houston. I have enjoyed tour tremendously, but I don't know. Like, I really enjoy the Houston music scene. I am a band director and do a lot of different types of music, and especially music ed. Never knew this scene existed. Glad Jamie drugged me along. But I'm really excited to see where this goes and to see, how we can make an impact over there.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
All good things come to an end. This has been a special episode of That Thing, More to the Core. We got Astralace and Oh Hooray all together here. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Wait. And this, Baby Win and Goeke. I didn't say that at the beginning.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
Yo, that was beautiful. That was so beautiful.
I'm sweating very much.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna stay here and sleep.
That was such a beautiful interview. Wait, hold on, I just wiped sweat. I don't want to do that to you. Really, wonderful questions from both of you. Why do you guys do this? Like, do you love the scene and you just...
It's like kind of what I said in the video.
Yeah. I was sitting here and I was kind of in awe of like you guys. It was, I don't know, we've never really had an interview before, but I didn't expect it to be so, you're asking like real good questions and questions about the specific songs.
Your shit's called MORETOTHECORE, so we're trying to get deep all the time.
Well, if we can never help y'all out or just, whenever you put this out, we'll blast it as much as we can.
One way you can help already is send the set list.
Oh, send the set list?
Because we got recap, and so we'll build an episode out of it, and we're gonna start with the interview, go to the song you guys performed, and throw the song title on there.
I will send you a set list.
What we do reminds me of early 2000s, 90s.
I love that shit. So, do you guys do all the editing, all the filming, all the...
I'm mediocrely filmed sometimes, but...
I make Sarah do that same stuff.
Okay, I need to get
Introduce up here. I don't have long. Right on the mandolin, we have Zach Lacey. Right there on the guitar, and then many of you are probably wondering what the hell that is. That is Adam Pena. Right back here on the keys, we have Alan Vincent. Behind me, we got the wonderful drummer David Curtis. Also in Astralace, we have Lauren Cohen, and yesterday was her birthday. And tonight we got Ashley Lacey. And these two are not related, they're in love. This song is about something about closure. Anyone ever been through a breakup before? Me too. Help me count this off. And 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. This one I have a ending. You're looking for receipts on the car, the scrambling bags, and those others. Spaghetti up and keep breaking up. Swearing that it's just a nightmare what happened, knowing my eyes open and I don't remember mine. So I'm up in white. So take off my numbers, leave all my blisters, the toes, so still it's pretty good. It's fine. So now you're not one thing, it's mental up. Yeah, just cheer for him. 'Cause I'll cry. Give me my raincoat. Give me a steamboat. I wanna get down to where I want to swim, wanna fight to run. Tired of playing close. Give me my ticket. I know I can guarantee it. It's hard and it's something about falling early. What's the plot? Gonna be in love to a night. I will find you first and leech off straight over me. Have her pop you up. Other until she's gone. And slide with you. Because I'll cry. Give me my raincoat. Asian steamboat. I wanna get down board. I wanna swim, wanna fight to float. Tell me I'm on skin. Tattooed in my eyes. Give me my ticket. I wanna live down the tear. I wanna tell me it's over. Wanna feel better. Tell me the Midwest is just a place I will go die. I know what you mean, and I know what you mean, and I know what you mean, and I hope that you are right.
Sometimes you gotta take that leap, and like once you do it, you're good. Our garage. Your garage.
Thanks, Goeke.
I feel like real life, oh so fake. And I feel like these lights break my shades. And I feel like I just don't know you no more when my soul is empty. You blend me out.